my parents mortgaged everything
To send you to
Australia. My father's dialogue, and I will never forget that. He said, "Beta, I will sell my kidneys if it is needed for you to become, to get you well educated. If you have been through a hard journey, if you have walked the jungle and survived through the jungle, you get to know which animal will, attack you and which one will save you and which ways to take. And so that's whole thing this Phoenix is designed on. If you are on that path, a lot of people will want to invest in you. Either you have equity or you get equity from. Not equity, you get investment. Third one. Today, there are a lot of people who are in jobs. They know they can do a lot better if they are in business. They just need that push.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Be Your Own Boss. If you're running a business in your own country, this is the time to think global. Take your business global, and that's exactly the topic of today's discussion. We have with us Mr. MP Singh, the founder of Phoenix Business Advisory. Phoenix Business Advisory is a global revolution in business migration. By business migration, we mean take your business global, go to other countries and set up the business. And that's what Phoenix Business Advisory helps people do. And Forbes magazine has declared them as the most trusted brand in business migration, and it's a very big company. Nargis Fakri is their brand ambassador. So many countries, many businesses, many success stories, but one company, one man behind that, MP Singh. Singh Saab, welcome to the Be Your Own Boss podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I am very pleased to be here. It's remarkable what you're doing. And since I met you the first time, I have been the fan of what you're doing, helping people to, sometimes the easiest way to put it through is what you do, I believe, is the letter is already in the box and you are just that thing pushing it in. That's it. Till the time it's not done. So well done. I have gone through your journey in this thing. It was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
So, like we always do on the Be Your Own Boss podcast, let's start with your story right from the beginning. Tell us about your parents, your siblings, where were you born? Tell us about your childhood memories.
I come from a very small town, Malot. It's next to Bathinda, Punjab, born and raised. My parents, now they live in Australia, but nobody moved out before. I was kind of a okay student in my school. Those ones which are about 60%, 55 to 60% level. Studied in Malot itself till class 8, then boarding school, then came back, then went for my graduation in Bangalore. I supposedly do have a degree in biotechnology, which I remember nothing about.
Biotechnology? Okay.
I don't know how that got completed, but those were one of the best memories of my life. And I do hold a degree from Sydney in Masters of Commerce, as well as a certificate in marketing.
Okay.
Went to Australia 2007. As all the kids, they had a dream to go to Australia. I was studying in a boarding school in class 9 and 10. And the kids of the director were apparently studying in Australia at that time. So in the year 2000, they had that handyman. We used to report with handyman. So in 2000, in Olympics at that time, they recorded something from Sydney and they showed Harbour Bridge with the fireworks. And then in that moment, it was decided when I want to go to Sydney. And God willingly, I got there.
Wow.
So 2007 to up till got my residency in 2010, citizenship in 12. Struggled a lot. Opened multiple businesses, from immigration consulting to transportation to I had restaurants, I had a car rental business, I had a car buying and selling business, I was involved in real estate acquisitions, building, lost money in all of them. Only one, business consulting in regards to migration.
Yeah.
That was the key, and whatever has been so far my failures turned this thing into a mega success, because a lot of people now come and say, "Mere ko restaurant khol hai. I want to get a transport company."
You've done all of that.
So when I come back and no,
Yeah.
like you can,
Yeah.
if you have been through a hard journey, if you have walked the jungle
Yeah.
and survived through the jungle, you get to know which animal will attack you and which one will save you and which ways to take. And so that's whole thing this Phoenix is designed on. Started this thing in Sydney. Phoenix was I'm Australian citizen, so this company is Australian based.
Okay.
A lot of people started to come and ask that we have relatives in India and they have businesses. What can you do for a business person in India who wants to move to Australia? Everybody knows about the pathway of student visas or
You went on a student visa, right? Like when you went to Australia, there was
I was
a
on
master's. To do your master's, you went there. So that's one way, student visas, and then jobs, or people apply for jobs.
people. That's the second one, but this one was never explored before. See, if people who are above 35, it doesn't suit. It sounds fishy when you apply for a student visa in both numbers. You have a master's, you are working for, let's say, KPMG, now you want to go for your PhD. It makes sense. But if you already have a master's and you're applying for a student visa at the age of 35, it's wrong. At first, it's wrong. So there was a program initiated by Australian government, 188 visa. It's called Business Innovation and Investment Visa. It allowed businessmen who had a certain amount of turnover, $500,000 or more in India, had assets $500,000 to $1 million or more. They could apply for that visa, get that visa up front, and then invest the money. So we capitalized on this. We started with 2018. We barely had 3 clients, born in India, but business brain was Australian. So going back to India to setting that up was a big challenge, big challenge for me.
Yeah.
Understanding, the business culture of India is entirely different. The working style is entirely different. So we designed it, started with a lot of struggle, challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge. People won't believe. Jaise kisi ko aapne, you pitched them, right? That I do this is like, this is not possible.
Yeah. And there are a lot of scams, right? It's difficult for people to believe that, because there are so many stories of such scams of...
Yesterday, news in Tech and Herald was somebody in some hotel took 41 lakh rupees from businessmen for business visas to US and ran away.
Does that make it difficult for your business, that people find it difficult to trust then?
See, where there is difficulty, Sachin, there is an opportunity. When you prepare pitch decks for fundraisers and venture capitalists, or you're going for IPO, you always tell what's the problem. And next to problem, it's invisible, space. It says opportunity. If it's hard to discover a vaccine, it's an opportunity, because a lot of people are probably waiting for that vaccine. The best way to describe in business migration consulting or immigration business, they say either your photo will be in the newspaper in India, that you're the scam artist, or it will be in the family pictures of the people you have helped, and they will look at 20, 30 years down the track that this guy changed my life. There is no middle ground. Either you're there or you are someone who have genuinely helped a lot of people to change their trajectory in life. That you are a business person in India. You came to see us. We helped you to set up the business in Australia or in Dubai, now in the US, and eventually we're going with more countries. And also you got the second residency. Your now kids are studying comfortably instead of looking for a dishwasher job when they actually graduate in India and go to Australia to study. Now they can graduate, go and handle your business because you have built it for them.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of thank yous. Again, from 2018, it took us a very struggle time and people didn't believe. Then eventually all the CNBC news channels, newspapers, we got a coverage from all of them. We have covered with every single news channel in India. And we are recognized by Australian government. We worked very closely with all the state departments, getting the nominations. We were even taking clients. For example, you were my client. You came to see me, and first answer is, this is not possible. Bullshit. Okay. What if I take you to Australia with me? The person goes, what do you mean? Give me all this ABCD documents. Let me prepare your file. We submit the application to the Australian department, immigration department. If they give you an approval, I would like you to fly to Australia with me on a business trip. I will personally pick you up, and I have done that. Many, many clients. I'll pick you up. I'll show you what kind of business that you will have. I will be able to show you which kind of house you would be living in, the surroundings, the kind of schools your kids will be studying in, the business opportunities in regards to expanding further, and also get you to meet State Department representatives. And you can ask them that you should go ahead with us, or is it all scam? Then the calmness started. So 1, 2, 3, 4 circles started to,
Yeah. And then they refer, because they've experienced it.
I'll never forget, one of the best days of my life. We did this we took 15 clients altogether to Australia in 2020, before COVID. And we took all of them to meet the State Department. And everybody was in shock. What is happening? They were also in shock. We couldn't meet them because of COVID. And so many people came suddenly to see us. We didn't have big boardrooms to get them set, to sit, make them, have enough amount of chairs. As we came back to India, one client walked in with 11 more people. Immediately sab dost hai, I want all of them to go with me. So that kind of referrals started. But unfortunately, COVID hit.
Then
we were still going up because in COVID, 2018 we did only 3 clients. 19 was about 11. 2020, 45. 2021 we did, I think 100 something, and 2022 total like 300. Then Australian policies changed and it went 0. Started expanding into further more countries. Now there is a new visa which is announced by the Australian State Department. It might show up tomorrow or maybe by December. It was towards the end of this year. So it's been amazing.
Let's go a couple of steps back here and understand that process of the initial businesses that you started. So when you graduated from you went to Australia for your masters. Once you graduated from your masters, did you take up any job there, or while doing your masters, were you working?
Yes. I'm very thankful to my first boss, Catherine Charlton. She gave me the first opportunity to work for Macquarie University itself. I was, I believe, very thankful, very privileged. She gave me the first job as administrative assistant. I used to help in the IELTS center, filling up forms and speaking to the clients who were making them feel comfortable. The second job was as a marketing manager for the education group, and I worked very hard for that. I'm very thankful to them. Learned a lot in that position as well. And then I started my own after.
Can you tell us about that transition? Like once, I mean, you started many businesses. Let's talk about that first one when you did that transition from being an employee to being an entrepreneur, right? Like
That is, people do things when they're psychologically hurt, when they're pushed, when they don't have a choice. Like nobody thought of COVID vaccine. They all were pushed, and it was discovered overnight, like to the speed the whole world got jabbed. My transition was because I wanted to do more. I had a loan from my parents mortgaged everything
to send you
to Australia. My father's dialogue, and I will never forget that. He said, "Beta, I will sell my kidneys if it is needed for you to become, to get you well educated." It's hard for me to say this. When I graduated from Bangalore, when I went to Dad, I was like, I want to go to Australia. He said, okay, done, no problem. How much will it cost? We need to show $66,000 or something to the Australian government that we have, and then they will give me the visa. He said, I have $6,000 in my savings. You can take it all, and here are my property papers. Here are the house papers. It's all yours. You can take it all, sell it, mortgage it, whatever you want.
Wow.
So that pushed. First push was that.
Yeah.
It was, he didn't have a choice because he didn't want to see my dream crash.
Yeah.
My push came when the phone call came. I took a loan to, get to Australia. The time period was 3 years. 3 years later, bankers showed up at the house.
Yeah.
That we would request you to start paying your, the interest as well as the payments. And that was my trigger point, that if I continue to do just a job, it might not be enough. Even if I do 3 jobs, what can make more money is getting into a business. Because I knew this business has money, immigration business has money. So I worked with somebody, started a company. Never looked back.
What about the cost that you need to start a business, right? There were like investments required, or I don't know about the other business. You said you started many other businesses, right? How did
every business has a cost?
Yeah.
Sachin, there are 3 ways to start a business. There is a kind of a businessman who will put money up front, start something new. Either you have the capital, you have an idea, you have the capital, or you get the capital from someone, or you acquire a business on a term. I will take care of it. You give me a commission structure, a higher incentive structure. For example, let's say you have this podcast and you say, I'm not able to take care of it. If I come in and I will take it to make it globalize, I'll take some part of it. So my thing was, I have $7,000 with me when I, planned to do this. We started setting up a company was $600. No, it was $573, 60 something cents.
You remember it to the cent? Wow.
I've got a good memory in these things. And we started the company, opened the bank account, started meeting with clients that I have an expertise in this thing. I can help you get it to different universities and colleges. Came across somebody, they got me a franchise from VIEC. It was, they gave me a franchise. They didn't charge any, franchisee fees. The clients, the people that I worked with, they helped. So if you are on that path, a lot of people will want to invest in you. Either you have equity or you get equity from, not equity, you get investment. Third party. Today, there are a lot of, I see a lot of people who are in jobs. They know they can do a lot better if they are in business. They just need that push. Something to go exponentially good or exponentially wrong. And both of them have the similar effect on human psychology. For example, somebody became a father. Best news in the world. That tomorrow you got 2 twins. Confirmed doctor said you have 2 twins, 1 boy, 1 girl. Mothers get pregnant in their, womb. Fathers get pregnant in their head.
Yeah.
So that is that push. And I have now 2 more, human beings that I have to look after. I'm very happy, but I want to do my best for them. Because sometimes that kind of a change helps them to, jump or take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
Second is when something goes wrong. You walked into a Lamborghini dealership, and the first question that comes is, can you afford it?
Yeah.
That is just a killer. Yeah. That is a killer of...
Bad question.
That is... So, and we see that at airports. That things happen. Sometimes it happens so drastically, but there is never going back from. And I have had such since my childhood that you will not do anything. This is not for you.
Yeah.
So when you are going through such things, it changes you.
Lights a fire in you.
Lights a fire.
Yeah.
If you look at most of Punjabi fathers, and this is about a story from 2014, and I've shared it with a lot of close friends that we laughed a lot about. In Sydney, there were a bunch of friends. We took our car for a drive in 2014-15 sometime, and the cars are all parked next to the beach. We're sitting, everybody having coffee, and I asked a question to 6 of us. Like, why do you think we have all these cars? And we never thought we would. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, everybody had something. And everybody's in question. Like, I do have the answer. Because all our life, even with jokingly or even with sometimes with aggression, our dad said one statement, because all of us are from similar background. So what is it? कि बेटा आप लोग जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं करो. To prove them wrong.
Yeah.
We all did it.
Yeah.
Certain triggers are always there.
Yeah.
And you just have to find your trigger. If you are someone who is into a job, or if you're a person who wants to start something new, especially Gen Z. Today's world, Gen Z, it has just, I think they're the best to do something new, because they are least afraid of anything. They're just gifted, these people.
And they're smart.
We come from a generation, we had landline phones.
Yes. Yeah.
Then the button ones showed up. Then the big-ass mobile phones showed up. Now we all got iPhone 15, 16, everywhere, softwares to manage and Google Maps to be anywhere. They're born with this.
Yeah.
So they don't have the old mindset. They're born in the pace of technology. Technology can enhance your, lifestyle. Technology can enhance your thinking capabilities.
Yeah.
These people, if they put their hand into something, they can discover vaccine for cancer tomorrow if all Gen Zs get together.
Absolutely.
But they just need that push.
Yeah.
That one little push that develop in and off they go. And that's why we see a lot of young entrepreneurs, especially in UAE. Oh my God, this place is blessed.
Yeah.
Blessed with, that mindset that I want to be something, I want to do something better, I want to do more for the community. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Once I'm free from, my duties of this company, eventually I want to start teaching. No money. Will never take any money. I try to help as many as people now as well to become entrepreneurs, to live the life that they always dream of.
I think this podcast is also a medium.
Yes.
I think this is a good start that you're already now teaching the audience now with this.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that I'm able to be a part of that. So let's talk about Phoenix Business Advisory. I mean, you started that in Australia, and when things is that when you expanded it globally? Because now you specialize in Australia, New Zealand, US, UAE, everywhere.
Not at all. The idea was very, very simple. That I was sitting outside my restaurant. I was losing money because I had no idea how to, first I had Mexican restaurants, changed them to Indian restaurants. But kitchen is kitchen. I am not a kitchen person and I was not a chef. If you're not a chef, it's very difficult to run an operated restaurant. Plus, it was kind of a side business. My heart was not into it. So I'm sitting outside. A friend of mine shows up. He said, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's losing money." He's like, "Can I tell you something?" I'm like, "Please." He said, "Be who you are. Don't do this dumb nonsense. You have no idea. I'm watching you from..." He was pretty loud. But certain good friends are very loud. He's like, "I'm watching you losing money from years, struggling to keep up with, you make money in your one business, you're losing at the other one. Be who you are. You are a bridge between India and Australia. You have been extremely successful in what you do. And you're really good at it." And next day I bought everything on sale. Within 3 months, I was in India working on this. We started this thing. So that was the trigger.
Yeah, that was the starting point.
The starting point. Became, by 2022, we were number one in India. Global migration, not global, business migration to Australia, we became number one. But again, things has to go wrong for you to go an extra mile. Everything is going well. We're getting, if it was open, the 188 visa as it was before, we would have done 1,000 clients this year, every year on year. And it is never heard of. It's not easy to do. People were bringing people but the government changed and they stopped this visa. They said, "We will bring a new one out, the new changes." So suddenly whatever we were doing, the whole house came crashing down on us. Was nothing left. So you have only one business. It's like losing a job.
Yeah. So, but the businesses that you already migrated, the clients that you already did, that was fine. It's just that you can't get new clients anymore because that door is closed. Or at least
it's on hold. They didn't close it. They put it on hold. That we have new policies. And time to time, government does it. American government has done that. Before Canadian government has done that now. New Zealand government has done that before. Earlier, Australia did that. They have policies. And according to the policy which suits the best interest of the country, they will change it.
They will do that. Yeah.
So it somehow was not suiting the best interest, national interest. So they said, we will modify it. We're not shutting it down. We're putting on hold. We'll announce something new. And they did announce it. But things take time. And because it's just one little visa, not the priority one for a government. They have a million other things to take care of.
Yeah.
As it happened, but it was priority one for us.
Your business model, or what you're offering as Phoenix Business Advisory, was you take businesses that are established in India and you help them open a branch in Australia.
They can open a branch or they can buy another business as well in Australia.
Okay.
Because that was the qualification criteria for that. And they get the business visa followed by a permanent residency in Australia over certain years of time that they can apply for.
Once things went south for Australia, what was your next step? If I'm US, I'm looking at businesses that are in India, creating opportunities there, and I say, okay, if this business comes here, it's going to create opportunities for me, right? For my people.
They say, if you're walking through hell, keep walking. Why do you stand there? If you're struggling, keep moving. Do something that can get you out of that struggle. What could that be?
Is right now a good time for businesses in India to go global?